welcome back to this Saturday's episode of Gabe's Cave. I'm your hostess that you know you love the mostest, Uncle Nasty, and I've got a guest in the studio live in person today. Y'all may have seen some interviews that I have done with this gentleman in the past at cons, but today he's at the cave, and that is Mr. T.B. Phillips. Thomas, to you guys that want to be all social with him and act like y'all been best friends since kindergarten. Thomas, what's up, brother?
Brother, it's good to be in the cave. I have been wanting to be in this cave for so long. I can't believe I'm here. This is so cool. The tour yesterday, I just could not believe it. This is where the magic happens.
This is where the magic happens. That's no doubt. The magic, you can feel it in the air. You can almost cut it with a scissor when you walk into this studio, when that light outside that door says recording.
It's so cool. This is it's a good feeling. And what about El Dorado? I mean, this is a cool town. The drive out here was awesome. I mean, just this entire experience. Just so glad to be here. So glad to be just loved. And yeah.
You know who else is glad that you're here?
Who, brother?
The sponsor to our show, rpghiring.com. If you guys are in Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, or Arkansas and you're looking for a new career, or maybe you're just sick of the one you got, check out rpghiring.com. They are building people, changing lives. You see how I did that?
I like that. Was a great segue.
That's why
actually.
I get paid
that
those big bucks.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So look, man, you're here. Y'all come up. You've been going to cons. You've been going to grocery stores selling this book.
Yeah,
You are a best-selling author. Let's talk about that, dude, because the first time I interviewed you, you were at a table at a con, one little bitty table, and you had one published book.
Yeah, I hand that over here. We actually have a new cover on it. It's, of course, if you guys know Andalon Awakens has a new appearance, a whole new look. It is... the ship was great. We love the ship, and Jenny Bechtold, who was the artist who painted that, I love it, and we are still going to have that one available. But a lot of people were thinking, oh, it's sea stories. No, this is fantasy, and I don't think anybody is going to question that this screams fantasy, just those tentacles and the fire.
Yeah, we had a customer bought this book today, and he was like, you know, dude, I don't even read. He's like, but these kraken tentacles. That's what he said. He's like, I don't even read books, but I had to get this one.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully he reads it.
Oh, I hope so.
His mind will be changed. He'll be a book reader after he reads one of yours.
You know, I sold out of this one today. That means that when we do the giveaway, because we do have a giveaway, that giveaway is the last copy I have of this. I have to order more.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you guys that participated and came up here and you guys got to hang out with Thomas, every single one of y'all is a factor in him being sold out. It's a good problem to have, and all of y'all are going to be able to be enter to win these books, correct? And
yeah.
What exactly is it they were winning? We showed them on the video earlier today.
It's a collection of books. They're going to get each of the books in the Andalon Saga. So that's 6 books: Andalon Project, Andalon Paradox, Awakens, Arises, Attacks, and Legacy. Also, they're going to get a couple of others. They get Fubar, which is from Damon Pelican. It's a comic book. He's a military veteran.
Yes, he is.
There's a couple other veteran goodies in there in honor of disabled vets. And there are books by Sarah Sanchez and Kimberly Walters. I'm sorry, Kathy's going to kill me. It's Kathleen Walters. I'm so sorry. And great books, also fantasy authors, and part of the Kroger program, which has grown now. It's now the national authors in grocery stores, because we're no longer just in Kroger's. We're also Fred Meyer's and other grocery stores all over the country and growing. So I could literally do a tour all along the West Coast to Colorado up to Michigan and come on back. So
hey, shout out to you guys. I don't know who's in charge of that.
That is Ray DePew. Ray DePew is great guy. He's an author out of Houston, Texas, best-selling author in his own. And it's just a wonderful program.
Yeah, man, that's fantastic. And you know, there's not enough places. There's Facebook groups that are centered around hobbies that will not let you share your own projects in these groups, and to me that's ridiculous. So y'all know Nasty's the whole reason that Facebook group got created in the first place was to let everybody that wants to promote whatever they got going on. We've got people in there that their hobby is like model rockets and planes.
Right on.
There's nowhere else where nobody will tell them how cool that is. Well, that's a place to that. So you guys, say his name again.
Ray Depew.
Ray Depew. Yeah. So thank you, sir, for sticking your neck out there and doing something great for these authors and getting them a venue to sit down and to meet people and to get these books in people's hands. You have an amazing deal on these books when you are in person. You also have an amazing deal for people that want to buy digital copies of these books.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's an amazing deal.
I'll actually give you that QR code when we're done here. You guys can post that up here. So those who like ebooks, this entire saga, which normally go $9.99 a piece, I can actually, since I am selling direct as the author, I can sell you every one of those 6 ebooks for $19.95, which comes out to about $3 a book. Also, the 2 I have over here, Wailing Tempest and Howling Shadow from Corrupted Realms, I can sell those as 2 for $7.99 via my website. So I'll give you both those codes, and it's a heck of a deal.
So his basic series that he's got going on right here is 2 different works, 2 different worlds. Mm-hmm. So all of these books over here on this side, they kind of tie together, even though this guy right here, you could read on its own as a standalone. Is that correct?
You can. Actually, you can read it. It takes place 17 years after the core series, after Dreamers of Andalon, so Awakens, Arises, Attacks. Some of the children that are born at the end of that first series, they're now coming of age. They're having their own adventures. And some of the old timers like you and me are kind of putting their sword and their, grabbing their knives and their leathers, and they're out there trying to have one last hurrah. So this is a cool story. It's a softer cover because it's more of a brighter, more uplifting story. But it's a hoot, especially watching these old pirates come out of retirement.
Now, you made me mad pretty quick with the prologue in this second book over here. This one. This is a new book. This is the sequel, if you will. It picks up exactly where the first book of Andalon starts, right? Yeah, that's not actually the first book you wrote, but that is, if you were going to go, this is your Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, it's Andalon Origins is the name of the series. It does take place 1,200 years before Andalon Awakens. It's our day and age. Let's put that one over here.
Yeah.
So Andalon Project this could happen tomorrow, and you read it.
I did, yes. It could. You guys actually have no idea just how close we are to this happening tomorrow. You ain't it.
I did a little bit of research on this one. I believe that everything in here is feasible, everything's plausible, and it does. It takes place in our day and age. It could happen tomorrow. Our world comes to a crashing apocalyptic end with pockets of survivors. The story follows a pocket of survivors in the Ohio River Valley, and also Dr. David Andalon and his research projects, which the military have gotten a hold of through years of stealing his research, which is something you discover in that book. And those projects literally become the people of Andalon 1,200 years later. And it's those experiments with these powers that are being farmed by the advanced culture in the other books.
I'm going to say 3 words.
Yes, sir.
Monkeys with powers.
Monkeys. Fire-flinging monkeys instead of flinging poo, right?
Monkeys with powers. Yeah, this is an amazing read. It is a very fast read. Not that it is a short book by any means, but it is a fast read, which means like when you get into his world that he has created here and you kind of see the direction that it's going, there's so many characters that he starts the book off talking about that like you can't go to sleep at night without knowing what's happening to these guys, and it's all tied in together but completely separate places and completely different timelines that you got to keep up with, and you have not only is this a new book right here that picks up right where this one leaves off, right, but you also have another new book as well. Like you should have had it here, but something happened, right?
Yeah, I should have had it here. It goes along with the Corrupted Realms series. It is actually the prequel. This is book 1. Wailing Tempest is book 1. Howling Shadow is book 2. Orphan Knight just released 3 days ago on Amazon, and couldn't get it delivered here. I was going to have it try to have it shipped out to the store so we could have it here for this event. And I haven't even held the paperback yet. I haven't even seen the paperback, only the digital proofs. And it's on Kindle right now. You can order the paperback. It is a small, quick read. It is not a novella. It is a full novel, but it reads even faster than these. People are burning through it in one afternoon. My beta reader sure did. And it takes place before Wailing Tempest. And here's the kicker. You're going to love this. I haven't even told you this. The hero of this story is the villain of the rest of the series. You're living the villain's life. This is his arc, how he became who he is. And you're rooting for him this whole time. Mm-hmm. Knowing, if you've already read the series, you know what happens. But you get to see a little bit different side of him that maybe he just had good intentions after all.
Dude, I love it when people get me like that and they're like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw a wrench in it. I love that. I don't know if you got to see it or not. If you didn't get a chance to see it, I highly suggest on y'all's trip back you at least put it on and let the audio play. But I got to interview a writer and artist on the YouTube channel, and they did a comic called Beatbox and Tune.
Okay.
And Beatbox is the superhero, and music gives him powers.
Okay, cool.
So when the comic starts out, you assume that what you're seeing is Beatbox as a little boy. But what you're actually seeing is Beatbox's villain as a little boy. And when I got to like the climax of the child's portion of that story, when I flipped to the next page, I said out loud to myself, the only person in the room, I said, that's how you make a villain. And come to find out, that was the villain. And
that's
see,
exactly what happened.
It's set up. Yeah, so I love it when the the people with all the creative juices and they're like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make it a little different.
You wanna know something about creative juices?
Yeah, let's hear some creative
juices.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this one for a second.
All right.
Is this one, for those who paid attention to Cowtown Comic-Con last year, this was released then. If you look at these two names down here, folks, Chris Hayes and McClay McGuire, who are definitely friends of Gabe's Cave.
Yep, shout out Charter Comics.
Oh, yeah, they've been here several times, good friends of mine. They asked me to write Ferryman last year. It's been almost a year. And Ferryman has been such a huge success, just raving reviews. We had a review, a podcaster and just a literary expert. She came out and she said, and I'm trying to remember her name. It was Kristen. I can't remember Kristen's last name, but she came out and the headline was, "Make this a movie now." So we're hoping that happens. But this story has been so much fun. We sold a bunch of these today. Plenty more I know will be sold. This is a fun book, and just glad to be a part of it. And here's a little picture of our crazy faces here, but just a great book. This one has been fun.
So I already know how it felt, but let these other people know from the time that we first met at that quiet little con. All right, in such humble beginnings with Gabe's Cave. I think it might have been the very first con I ever did live interviews at.
And I think it was the first real Comic-Con I had ever been there as an author. So it was new for me.
What was it like getting that notification telling you that you were now a best-selling author?
That was cool. When I saw that number one just next to the book, it was on Amazon, but it was cool. I watched it, and at first I saw it with, it was United Kingdom, so in UK. Then I saw Canada. Then I saw Australia. And I'm thinking, oh, this is great. And then the next morning I woke up, you're groggy-eyed, you roll over, you're squinting your eyes at your phone, and then they get huge and round because you see USA number one. And I'm like, holy cow, we hit 4 countries number one in a weekend. And that was a good feeling. It felt as good as the literary awards we won. Andalon Awaken has won 2. Wailing Tempest has won 2. And that's a good feeling as well, knowing that people are recognizing not only the writing and the quality, but also the quality of the publication itself. the artwork, the cover art, the cover design, the layout, the formatting. We try to minimize errors happen, but we try to minimize every possibility for errors. So we try to bring at Andalon Press, which is my publishing company, I try to bring the best quality possible.
Well, these are some fantastic books. They feel good in your hands. They have that nice.
Yeah,
they feel it's like it's soft.
It's called soft touch.
Is that what it's called?
That's what the industry calls it. It's called matte, but the industry refers to it as soft touch because it does. It's almost like a squishy, slidey feeling.
Yeah. It makes you want to hold it. Yeah. That's what this was like, dude. I'm so proud of you, dog.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, man. I love it when the people that have sat down with us and they talk to us and they do interviews, when they reach for the stars and they make it. Ariel Diaz has exploded onto the scene, and I think she was the first person, or I think I was the first interview that she ever talked to as well. So yeah,
I've been tracking her career. She's an amazing artist, and just congratulations, Ariel. If you see this, just so proud of what you've done. Great job.
Yeah, man. We super proud of all the people that have come on Gabe's Cave.
God.
All you guys are killing it.
Yeah, so many good friends that I see from the cons that I see on the show, and I'm like, ooh, I got to watch that. I know them.
Right, yeah. And Cowtown, you'll be back?
I'll be back. Cowtown, October
I'll be
1st.
back. So we'll have to do another interview there, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you got to do it at the cons.
We have to.
That's where it's most fun at.
Have to. And I'm hoping I have another book for you then.
Even more than the one that you should have had today?
Would now be a good time to surprise everybody with a new announcement?
Please, yes. I love to be the first to hear things.
I wasn't prepared for this, so hopefully we could stall for about 2 seconds here. I think.
Topanga!
Oh, yeah, don't do it that way.
Oh, okay.
How about that for a cover reveal?
Wow.
Dragon Thirst Legends is already written. It's ready to publish. But I'm going to hold on to it for a little while. I have another book. Its sister book is called Dragon Thirst Mythos. Hope my wife doesn't text me right now while you're holding that up there. That could be embarrassing. Dragon Thirst, yeah, right? All my dirty laundry will be up. No, Dragon Thirst Mythos is the sister book to this. This one covers the dragon stories and myths behind the actual series, which is a modern-day fantasy in modern-day Austin, Texas. But what I'm not telling you is Mythos is the vampire legends and stories. This series is dragons versus vampires, and it is an urban fantasy, today's day and age. Oh, we just got a text.
Yana.
Yeah, it definitely had my wife's name on it.
Yana.
Yep. And it's going to be a great series. I'm so excited for it, and the plan is to have the first 2 books by Cowtown, and then the first book in the actual series a month later. So we should be there.
And guys, if you've never seen an interview, you won't understand. But this gentleman is a teacher. He is a instructor of young minds. Okay, he is in his own right. He is an historian, and that comes into play in his stories. So you've got Celtic lore
in Corrupted Realms,
right? And in Andalon Awakens, it is of like almost like a pirate vibe, kind of like the Age of Sail.
Yeah, you get the Age of Sail vibe, and then you find out they're being farmed and harvested. Their powers are being farmed by an advanced culture. So I try to bring in real history, real political science, real intrigue. I had a 13-year-old reader come up to me in a con, and he said that his favorite part of this whole series, of the whole Dreamers of Andalon, was how real the political corruption came across. He's 13 years old, and he's already talking about that, and it was just so cool.
And we found out earlier that what he meant by them farming us is that they grab your gallbladder and they remove it straight through the anus.
Oh, come on now. Yeah. Yes, I had gallbladder surgery last month, but I still finished a book. So,
but it didn't get removed in that method.
No, it was not.
They gave you some good medications and some good antivirals.
Oh, I had a good nap. You want to hear a funny story?
Yeah.
So anytime you go under anesthesia, You never know, what are you going to say when you wake up? Who are you going to offend? Is your wife going to get mad at you after you wake up? You never know. And to do the surgery, they have to pump you full of like CO2 gas to blow it up so they can move their instruments around and do all that.
It's crazy.
It's there's like a robot went inside of me, right? I got invaded by AI, right? So while this robot's in there, they're like, okay, so you're going to feel as I'm waking up. They said, okay, Mr. Phillips, you may have a little discomfort from the gas. And I said, that's no problem. They said, why is it no problem? I said, just pull my finger. And I don't remember this. I'm hearing the story the next day from the nurses and my wife's just shaking her head.
Did you pull his finger? Because I'm kind of upset if nobody pulled your finger. I'd have tried it.
I don't remember if anybody did or not, but apparently I'm funny under anesthesia.
Look, battle buddies pull each other's fingers when they need it. Okay, don't let your battle buddy be uncomfortable because of gas problems. Give that finger a pull.
Shipmates do too. Don't forget I was in the Navy.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's still a battle buddy.
It's true.
Still a battle buddy.
Right on.
We got a few more minutes, so let's tell these people why they should try these books. Why the Analon series, and then we'll tell them why they should try this. Why it's something that they should give a chance.
Okay, it's number one, it's unique. It's something else that there's nothing else quite like it. There's other apocalyptic, there's other dystopia. Andalon, the entire Andalon saga is about humanity. We're flawed as humans, and we make lots of mistakes, and so do the characters in this. The heroes, any one of the heroes could be a villain at any given moment just by a decision or an action, and many times their decisions are made for what they think are the benefit of others. And sometimes that's the problem. So you learn a lot about people, you learn a lot about yourself and each other as you read. But most of all, it is about these characters. Some books are narrator-driven and plot-driven. No, these are character-driven. You get so emotionally involved with every character in this saga that they're going to break your heart. You're going to get mad at them. I've had people say they threw the book across the room and then ran over and grabbed it and just huddled on the floor reading more because they got so angry. And then
you made me mad.
I made you mad this morning.
It's hard to make me mad at a book, but he made me mad this morning.
You slammed it shut.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. I ain't gonna say no more than that. But I was like, all right, I see how it is. I see how it's gonna be.
I promise you there will be a satisfying conclusion to that issue.
Oh, that's all I need to know.
That's all I got to say.
That's all I needed to know. Now, so why the Wailing Tempest and the corruption of the realms?
Funny story about this. So Wailing Tempest, while I was writing the apocalyptic story, it was during COVID, and it was taking on... the book wasn't. The book, I had already written the book in my mind, but the world around me and around us was starting to feel a lot like that apocalyptic world, and just people locked in their homes and everything, and it was just irritation with the world and the world with each other. And so I needed a break. So I put Andalon Project aside, and I wrote Wailing Tempest in 7 weeks. And it was a vacation for me to get away from the world I was in and enter a new world. And it was just, it was supposed to be just a whimsical, fun fantasy with mythological creatures, but of course dark action and banshees attacking the Fey world, and these humans crept in. These two humans, these bumbling thieves that screw up everything they do. They joke with each other. They screw things up. They just can't help it. They're human. And they stole the show of that book. And when I finished book 2, when I finished Howling Shadow, a lot of that just continued on. A lot of the little laughing moments where you've just got to laugh at yourself because the world around you is crumbling. And there's another one coming out for this one. Of course, Orphan Night is here, but book 3 is coming. I had to write Orphan Night first. Book 3 will come, and it is in the leprechaun world. So it's going to be a subterranean gnome kind of feel, and you had to get a glimpse of them in Orphan Night before you could understand book 3. So
guys, there's something here for any of you fiction readers. All right, here's your Here's your Fey world with your banshees and your Celtic lore. And here's your set in the age of Cell with all these super abilities with creepy people farming people for their powers. Like, what is this all about?
Yeah, the Falconers, the Falconers. In fact, Ken Salinas.
Yeah.
Ken Salinas, we're working right now on a comic for Pirates Cove, Dreamers of Andalon Pirates Cove. And the Falconers are on the cover of one of the variants by Ken Salinas, and it's a voodoo. Because I didn't want to show them stealing a baby like in the books.
Right.
So he's carrying a little voodoo off, the Falconer is, and it's one of the coolest covers. William Russell did an amazing cover for that. It shows the female pirate, Usari, standing on the deck of her ship, just looking out over the woof that's on the bowsprit. And then a good picture by DJ Hall. DJ Hall did a picture of our Viking character, Brain Braston. And it's just incredible work. So when that gets wrapped up soon, hopefully I have that. I'm hoping I have that before Fan Expo next year.
That's awesome, bro. And they're all fantastic artists. Ken gets away with a lot with his covers because of that whole voodoo thing.
Oh, yeah.
I assume you've seen, and we may be going off track a little bit, but have you seen the Department of Truth cover that he did?
I did not see. Wait, you know what? Yes, I did.
The Kennedy assassination?
Yes, I did see that one.
So Image said it's never going to happen. We're not going to let an art, because several artists had wanted to do that because Department of Truth is all about conspiracy theories. So they had said no to several artists until Ken came along with his little stuffed toy looking voodoo art style, and they were like, yeah, you can do it. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, it's more innocent.
So now all these artists wanted to do that, and Ken Salinas got to be the guy. And I mean, couldn't happen to a better dude.
He's a cool dude. He came across my Facebook this morning, just him taking a selfie. So I saw that, Ken. I hope you're watching this.
He's always Mr. Positive. Him and McLean both.
Oh, all these guys.
Yeah, it's hard to wake up and see their posts in the morning on Facebook and be angry.
Yeah, the coffee cup, McLean's coffee cup in the morning. It's just, happy Wednesday, happy whatever.
Well, brother, you've got to tell these people where they can follow you on social media. And you've already kind of told them where they can find these, and these are available on Kindle and all of that as well. But let them know where they can find you so they can go follow you.
Okay, I am on Facebook, of course, as TB Phillips Author, Instagram, TB Phillips _author, and I am getting back on TikTok. I actually recreated TikTok. I don't know if you remember my last TikTok. It was all stupid dad jokes. You know what makes a joke a dad joke, right?
A dad telling it?
No, it's when the punchline is a parent.
Ah.
Right.
Womp, womp, womp.
Yeah, whoa. So I did recreate a TikTok, so it is, it's TB Phillips. So actually, I think it's TB _Phillips, but I'm the only one there. And that should be going live soon. We should have some fun stuff. My beautiful wife will be, as my marketing manager, will have that up and
She's
running.
a good one.
She tells me what to say and when to say it.
Better listen.
I do. Trust me.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. I outkicked my coverage on that.
Yeah.
So
I need a publicist, but I don't think anybody wants that job. To be honest with you, because I'm not going to listen to them. They're going to be like, don't say that. And I'll be like, whatever, I'm saying it anyway.
I have an idea. All we have to do is get you a new Gabe's Cave jacket. It'll be a straight one that wraps your arms around your back, all white, right?
That's not going to help my tongue. My mama's been trying to figure out how to make me shut up for 30-something years. It ain't happening.
That's great. Be you, brother. I love you.
Yeah, man. It's great to have you. Yeah, give me a hug here. Cave Maniacs, I'm happy that you guys got to see him here in the studio. Thank you to all you customers that made the trip, that came from out of town, and all you local customers that come and hung out with us today. Oh, yeah. Made today awesome, even better than it was going to be originally, and it's all because of you guys.
It was a lot of fun. I'm just happy to be here. Thank you. Thank you to Gabe's Cave, the entire crew. Thank you to RPG, our sponsor today.
Yeah. RPGhiring.com.
Just thank you to everybody, and just can't wait to come back and love it here.
Speaking of coming back, September 30th through October 1st.
Yes, Cowtown Comic-Con.
We will be there. Us will be there.
We will be there.
In person, we'll be there. So if you guys are anywhere near that area, definitely come hang out with us. Every Thursday night, I have a live stream. So definitely check that out. If you have not checked out Gabe's Cave After Dark, you need to do so. And don't forget the artist interviews and all the cards that's happening on Wednesday. And shout out Alejandra. She is recovering right now from an emergency situation that she had to get taken care of. And we are hoping her all the best in her recovery and hope she gets all the rest that she needs. Because when she comes back here, boy, I got all kinds of stuff she got to do.
A lot of work to do.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man. You have anything else you'd like to say to the people?
Just thank you. Keep reading. Keep loving Gabe's Cave. Keep tuning in, and just thanks for the support, and just thanks for making this possible by loving what these guys are doing.
Yeah, man. And thank you. Until next time, Cave Maniacs, Uncle Nasty. We out.